Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason Laporte. As always, my co-host, Mr. Zach Partridge. What's up, sir?
Rearranged again.
Rearranged,
but I feel like this looks cleaner. But I don't have my belt anywhere.
I leave. I leave for a week, and you're rearranging stuff.
We'll fix that. The belt.
Yeah, you got to get your belt in there.
Belt's got to be in here somewhere.
It's got to be in the picture.
How's
things going, man? What's new? What's new in Zach Partridge's world?
Unfortunately, no new bruises, no new cuts, no new belt, no new fight record, no new any update on that because you know what? I'm just going to call it what it is. The Maverick Center did us kind of dirty.
The vid came in and
I'm going to say I'll just touch on it and say my two piece. I've kept pretty quiet. I announced that the Fierce looked to reschedule for January 16th. And that was all that I posted. I haven't made a post. Anyways, there's just a lot of emotions over the weekend, man.
I can only imagine.
I was really angry. I was bummed. For those that haven't talked to me and don't know, I was 2.6 pounds overweight when I found out that the fights were off around just after 6 p.m. Thursday night. So I feel like the way that I'd prepped my body, I would have woke up the next day on weight.
For sure.
I did my 2 gallons that day, and I mean, everything was right on. I felt perfect. I felt really healthy as far as my weight cut wise went. And it, to find out, I personally, my guard was up the whole camp that this could happen at any moment. But really, once we got the 100% good to go Tuesday from the governor's office after Governor Herbert's statement, I actually really I kind of let my guard down. I'm like, this is happening. And there's no issues here. And then the Maverick Center, some media outlets got to them a little bit. And I think they just got scared from the bad publicity and they let it get to them. And from what I understand, the commission was supportive of going forward with it. Scott Buller and the commission was.
Yeah.
And Cody fought with the Maverick Center, the people that make those decisions for them. He fought with them on the phone for a long time before they finally said, sorry, it's not going to happen in our venue. And so nothing but love for Cody, because I think he did try everything in his power. I mean, anybody that thinks that he didn't, I think is crazy, because he for sure lost money. He hasn't said it, but I'll say it for him as a businessman. He lost money by not doing this. We as fighters all lost money. I mean, freak. I can't even. I'm not.
How many guys flew in from out of town? There was guys that had already
arrived.
Flew in. Yeah. Jerome Hatch, I know for a fact, was one of them that had flown in. And it's a weird situation, man. I mean, I don't really have an opinion on it.
The fight game's hard enough.
Yeah.
This just makes it to throw that wrench in it is just, it's so, you know what? The only way to put it is it's unfair to the fighters.
I would not. And I was scheduled to compete this summer, and I decided not to do it because I didn't want to be told last second after I had trained for 16, 20 weeks to get ready to do a show, and then they pull out, or it gets rescheduled, or it gets moved. Like some of these shows are getting moved for my competition wise, but it sucks, man. And from my point of view, it sucks when I can turn on the TV and I can watch all these pro sports playing. You see football, you see basketball,
high school football.
You see all this stuff still going on, but yet, it's like the little guys got to stay home and bite it. And like I said, I'm not a scientist. I don't know all the stuff in there, but.
Well, and I get that too. It's not all negative.
No,
it's not all negative. I made the comment. It was like I did all the work with no paycheck at the end. No. You do, you go to work, you clock in, you clock out, you do all the work, you do it to the best of your ability.
Yep.
and then at the end, your boss says, "Sorry, I don't have any money for you," or you do all the work and you make this huge meal for and then you don't get to eat any of the food at the end, and it's like it's sick. But LJ Schultz was kind enough, is one of my main coaches through this camp. He's probably one of the main. He's probably, yeah, he's one of the main guys that I work with, and he helps me. And he said, just focus on how much better you got this camp. I was fighting a guy that's 8-0, like, and it, but everybody that was in my gym with me, like, dude, I mean, I grinded this camp like I never have before, because I knew the tall task that I had ahead of me. And I got a lot better preparing for this fight. I mean, not even getting to fight Johan, he made me better in the way that I prepared for this fight. And I got better everywhere this camp.
And you look at the positives, get a chance to kind of reset, take time off. What else can you do? Nothing. We can't do anything, but just got to look at the good and reset, and we bounce back.
Yeah. So Jaden, fighting for them in January, I officially texted Cody 2 nights ago and withdrew my name from committing to fight in the month of January. And in all transparency, I was offered a fight that was very interesting for Steel Fist as well. And my options really didn't come down to whether I wanted to fight in January for Fierce or for Steel Fist. A lot of it came down to timing. I think everybody understands, like, fight camps, how much time they take, and you know what? January is just not a good time for me to fight. I want to lay this out there for people that don't. I mean, I've been in fight camp this entire year.
Yeah.
January 2nd, my fight camp started to defend my belt against Ryan Thaxton for our February 21st card. I was in fight camp all of January, February. Lost and very disappointing. I still don't think I lost. Make that clear again. But lost in a big bummer way. And so I got right back in the gym, and I was hungry, and I was back grinding because I was going to win my belt back. We were hoping for May. That didn't work for Ryan, so we scheduled it for June. That got pushed back to hopefully August. That didn't happen. And then it was like, we don't know. I thought I had a chance to get on the FitCon card. Didn't work out that way due to a couple injuries and some other things. And then I had the opportunity to be on this card, and I've been grinding at least, training at least 6 days a week, and a lot of those days multiple times a day. And dude, my as much as I want to fight right now, my body's worn out.
It's probably a smart move to reset and let your body recover for
it just is. I mean, and I'll say it now, but Jason, you've seen the picture. Dude, my foot was a freaking balloon. Like, to quote my boy Connor, my foot was a freaking balloon a week before the fight.
Yeah, it really was.
Anybody that wants to see the picture, I'll send it, because it was gnarly.
Pretty gnarly.
And but I mean, if I can walk into a cage and perform, like, I'll never pull out of a fight, and that's just the way it is. Even though I had some people thinking maybe I should consider it, but that just wasn't an option.
No.
But all that being said, and as a father, I have 3 little boys at home, my wife, it's the holiday season. Like, I just want to be dad for a minute, and we'll keep doing this podcast. And then once I know that shows are going to get on and the rug's not going to get pulled out from under me again, I think mentally I can get charged back up, and we'll see what opportunities lie in front of me. And I think some more title fights in my future are coming, and for Steel Fist, and there's some things that interest me there. But until I'm ready to sign on a dotted line, I have some big plans. I'm not going to say them on here, but I mean, timing's everything. Time for me to be a dad and a husband and a father and focus on my family during the holidays. And I'll still be in the gym. You better believe it. Like, I'll still be in the gym getting better. So it'll be fun. Oh, and I just have to say this. I wanted to thank Johan. I hope our paths have an opportunity to cross again, because I have a lot of respect for him. We'll do some stuff. with him through Damage Plan, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But that challenge is always going to be in the back of my mind. I hope at some point we do get a chance to perform in the cage and share a cage together.
Shout out Marcus. Thanks for watching, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Boom.
Yeah, it's just a devastating, but it's
show goes on.
Show goes on in January. Sounds like we're going to have 2 fight cards back to back.
And just so everybody knows,
it's going to be exciting.
To be clear, I pray that those cards happen. I pray that this doesn't happen again to anybody, but I'm not positive they will. Actually, from what just happened to me, and maybe I'm painfully pessimistic. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it's like, man, I hope that the Maverick Center learns from their mistake and they let their fighters know in plenty of time.
Yeah. And
I know from talks with Steel Fist that they will not allow it to get that close and cancel too. So because that's really the unfair part. And again, it's out of their hands. It's in the venue's hands ultimately too, the commission and the venue. But man, I wanted to be back. I wanted to be a part of this big comeback night, but the timing, it just didn't happen. Everything happens for a reason, right? Whatever that bullshit means.
So things have been, other than that, things have been kind of quiet on the podcast. We haven't, with the fights not happening. I was gone on vacation for the last week. So,
well, yeah, I mean, we had some fun fights last weekend, but you were off, chasing deer without some things that you need to slay a deer.
All right, so I got to tell the story. So just everybody, not that we have a ton of people listening right now, but so for everybody listening, I go back to Michigan to go deer hunting. We drive back, so it's a 24-hour drive, long drive. Hunt starts Sunday, horrible weather, windy, snowy, rainy. Any deer hunters out there will know it's horrible for that. So all day Sunday, nothing. Monday morning, still windy, nothing. Monday night, the weather's perfect. So Jason gets out of the truck, goes to his blind, climbs up the ladder because I'm 15 feet off the ground. And I go to load my gun and I realize I left my bullets. Didn't see a deer for 2 days.
No ammo.
It's 3:00. At 5:15, an 8-point buck walks 30 yards in front of me. All I could do was just sit there and watch. I got it all on video. And
yeah, you sent me the screenshot of it.
So, and for the record, in my defense, 1, I'm not using my rifle. I'm using a rifle that's not mine. 2, in Michigan, you have to put your rifle back in the case in your car. You can't ride it with it outside the case. So it's in the car the whole time. We drive back. I have to unload it and load it. I have to unload it every time I go up and down the ladder because I got to hook it to a screen and then and pull it back up, right? Yeah. And hoist it up so that I don't get it. So when we're coming back for lunch, I tapped the front of my jacket and I felt what I thought was bullets in the front of my jacket. I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. I just tapped my jacket. Once I got out of the truck and then I went to go load it, it was batteries. I had freaking batteries in my front pocket.
That's a great story.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean,
so my brother-in-law sends me a message the next day and he's like, that was a nice 8-point because they had trail cams in there so I could see the camera and I'm just like, oh man. But it was fun. I got to go with my dad. My oldest son went with me. It was a great experience. So but yeah, Jason forgot his ammo when he went deer hunting.
But at least you got to spend some good quality time with your kid and your dad, and so
yeah,
whatever.
Marcus, you're right on that one, man. That Blanca Foss fight was going to be. That whole card was stacked, man.
That fight, I don't think that fight's happening now.
Which sucks, but
I don't think that fight's happening. I'm not gonna say why, who, where, what. I know because it's not my place to say, but I don't think that fight's happening now.
But we had a UFC card. I didn't get to watch it. Hi, Kelly. I did not get to see the card because I had zero reception. Go ahead. What's up?
I'll give you the rundown real quick. Let me give you the Cliffs Notes version.
Okay.
Dontel Mays versus Rocky Martinez looked like a grown man from the NFL fighting a junior high kid. And Rocky Martinez survived the whole fight, and I actually thought stole a round, that was really weird. It was one of those, it was like almost like a Dana White Contender Series. One dude's 6'6", and the other one's like 5'10", and they're both heavyweights. Rocky Martinez, it looks like he should be fighting at like 170, 185, but with this giant flabby belly. But man, he had quick hands, and it was kind of interesting. Alex Moreno versus Rice McKee. Alex Moreno looks super impressive. Rice McKee's tougher than he showed, obviously, than the Chimaev fight, but Alex Moreno was still a little too much. Moreta was just too much for the veteran Randa Marcos. She fell to 10-10. That was a good fight. The Tony Gravely split decision fight was good. I thought Tony actually won it pretty clearly, but who knows what those judges are thinking.
Yeah.
The bummer to me, and I thought was a bad decision, and this was the first one of two fights that I picked wrong on this whole card. Kay Hansen didn't get the unanimous decisions against Corey McKenna. You picked Corey McKenna, so you're the one that got paid on that. But I'm going to go with that was a horrible judge's decision.
Yeah.
Maybe not horrible, but wasn't one of the top 10 worst ones I've seen. Like, it wasn't like highway robbery, but I definitely thought Kay Hansen won that fight. Plus, I dig her shoulder tattoo. So
yeah, I like her.
I dig her a lot. She's really cool. And she's fun to watch in the cage. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland, quick turnaround, knocks out Brendan Allen.
Impressive.
Starches him in the second round. He's super impressive. He's 22-3. Man, you look at this guy at 22-3 as a middleweight. 2 quick round after his huge layoff after a motorcycle accident. 2 impressive victories.
Yeah.
Brendan Allen's no slouch. It's like, man, does this guy get a crack at a top 15 guy now? 22-3?
Got to get him up there. You got to put him up there now.
His next fight needs to be against a 14-15 guy or somebody just outside of it for maybe be a spot in the top, the ranked opponents there, because man, he looks like he's in total control of those fights. And Brad Tavares is right there at number 14. Might be a nice dance partner for him. I don't know. That's just kind of what I like. I know you missed that.
I missed that. Missed Yoder.
My girl Ashley Yoder picked that right as an underdog.
Boom.
She controlled that fight. I like her a lot. Her record is just not very good, and so I think people sleep on her, but she's gotten a lot better.
Yeah. Yep.
And she's had she's strung together some solid performances. I know that she's only 8-6, and so people were looking at that going, she's 7-6. But like she challenges herself, and she fights all tough girls.
Yeah, she's fought. I mean, her losses, she's Swaza. She lost a tough fight. Randa Marcos,
no bad
Mackenzie
losses.
Dern, Angela Hill. She's lost to some tough competition.
My guy Chaos Williams with the knockout of the night, 30 seconds into the fight. Underdog, cash money. Listen to me. I picked that one too.
I did. Yeah, I actually picked him on that one too. So I did a little research before, and I was wrong on a couple of the earlier fights, but that one was.
He throws heat.
That was a straight right hand, and Abdul was out cold. I did see the highlights of that.
Cold. So shout out Chaos Williams. I think you're going to see. Yeah, man, I don't know about you, but that just feels like Joaquin Buckley versus Chaos Williams is coming. Isn't Buckley a 185er though?
Yeah. Yes.
That's too bad, because if they're in the same division, like 2 Dana White Contender Series guys, type, and like those dudes crack.
I mean, he's 2-0 in the UFC, and he's been in there less than a minute.
Yeah. I mean, Chaos he's no joke, dude. He's 2-0 in the UFC with a knockout in 27 seconds and a knockout in 30 seconds. And his first knockout was against Alex Morano, who fought earlier on that card. But I mean, this dude wins, and he has a 24-second knockout, and then he has a guillotine, and then he has a knockout at a minute 22 in the first round. Like, he has another knockout in a minute 59 in the first round. This dude, he better, if you're in the first like 60 seconds of that fight, keep your hands up.
Marcus thinks we should throw him in there with Price or Ponzinibbio.
Ponzinibbio.
Yeah.
I think that's a little too much too soon for him, Marcus. I'm going to be honest. It's fun. He might work his way there, but Nico Price has been around a long time, and I think the UFC is getting a little bit smarter of trying to slowly bring these guys along a little bit more. These Contender Series guys along a little bit more. He's only got 11 fights. I mean, how many fights does Price have? Close to 30.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be ready for a Price.
Ponzinibbio is he's a big guy too, but he's been pretty inactive for a long time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Ponzinibbio's maybe that's a fun one. But I think you're going to see him against another prospect around the same, maybe like 15 fights somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I think the UFC is getting better at bringing those guys along. Did you get to go back and watch the split decision?
I did not, but I heard it was kind of a garbage. I mean, I don't know who that judge was that gave Felder the fight, but I was reading Twitter. I was able to read Twitter the whole time, and it looked like Dos Anjos was just he pretty much won every round.
I'll say this: as somebody who I love Paul Felder, I had money on Paul Felder. I love Paul Felder. This was him and Kay Hansen were the only two fights that I got wrong on this whole card. I will not concede that I got the Kay Hansen fight wrong because I think the judges stole that a little bit from me.
The bookie says you were wrong, Zach.
Paul Felder lost that fight.
Yeah,
shouldn't have been a split decision. I could kind of see where maybe he stole a round. 2 is even a stretch, but even if it was like if the one judge would have given RDA 48-47, but then the other two gave him 50-45, like I can see it. I don't think RDA I don't think he won he should have won unanimous decision.
So where does that put RDA now with the win back down at in the lightweight division because he was fighting at welterweight, dropped down back down.
So
does that bump him up? I mean, I think he's number 6 now, but do you put him in there with maybe a Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, any of those guys?
Mm-mm.
You give him Chandler?
Mm-mm.
Who?
You tell him to sit there and you will fight Conor McGregor after his fight with Dustin Poirier.
They've been teasing that a little bit.
Dude, that's money. That fight is supposed to happen 2 times.
I don't think
RDA wants it. Yes, he does. Conor, I got on Twitter and said he'd take that fight. It's dude. Dana was not letting Conor be active, and Dana needs to let Conor be Conor and get back to being an active fighter again because it seems like that's what Conor wants. And I don't think you can hate Conor all you want, and that's fine. But make no mistake about it, he will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. And when he says, "Let's do it," dude, let him do it.
But if Conor beats Poirier, which I think he's going to beat Poirier, do you really want him to fight? I'm with you, Marcus. I think he just starches him too.
So do I. Let's see it.
No, you got to let's just say he wins. McGregor wins. You got to give him Ferguson or give him Gaethje.
It sounds like Ferguson and Chandler's going to happen in January as well.
I just was
reading.
They
need to put that all on the same card.
They were saying no. They were both being there. Something's going on with that one. I've been reading a lot about it on Twitter, and they keep going back and forth. And I would like to see that. Yeah. And then the winner of that fight.
Why don't they just do Conor, Poirier, Ferguson and Chandler. And
what about Hooker?
I thought it was Gaethje and Hooker. I thought they were going to dance.
Islam, yeah, that'd be a good one. But he's, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Islam's
okay.
He's only
well,
man.
Well, this might be mean.
Give him Hooker.
This might be mean. Well, they said Gaethje and Hooker were going to dance.
I would like to see that too.
That's the fight I want to see.
I want to see that one too
because they're the very same mentality.
I want to see McGregor with either Hooker or Gaethje.
You don't want to see McGregor with Gaethje. I mean, he's
going to starch him. I agree, but I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see it.
I don't want to see it. They're like my two favorite fighters in the UFC. I'd have so much anxiety. It's not even funny.
But
It's no. Okay. So another, I would say past his prime guy that thinks he can still do it just made his announcement that he's going to make one more run at a 155 title.
Felder?
Donald Cerrone. I feel like that's something Dana would do. Be like, all right, Donald, if you can go in there and beat RDA, we'll let you start there and get one more run in. And Donald Cerrone would take that fight, and it's not the worst matchup in the world for him.
I don't know about
because
that.
I don't think RDA is going to be able to maul him on the ground the way he did Paul Felder. Cerrone's wrestling is good.
Did you see they released Anderson Silva?
Yes.
Cerrone got starched twice by RDA. Did he beat him already? I didn't even realize they already fought.
You're right. They did. That's my bad. But I don't know. Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that Cerrone wanted. I mean, they fought back in 2015, bro.
You can't. I know, but I don't want to see that fight.
In 2013 and 15.
You give Cerrone a guy like Gillespie or Drew Dauber. Give him one of those guys at the bottom of that.
You're gonna try and feed him to Drew Dober.
I mean, if he wants to try to make a run, I mean, or actually Felder Cerrone. Even though I think Felder, I would like to see that. I could get down with that.
That would be fun.
I think
Felder smashes him, but I think
that's a fan fight too. Like as fans,
that's like a good co-main event on a fight night. Like that'd be a sick co-main event on a fight night.
Dude, there's so many guys that are literally like, I'm like a huge fan of Cerrone, huge fan of Felder. They're just good guys. Like, I'm not a fan of Michael Bisping and his freaking.
How dare you?
I'm not going to get into why, but no,
he's great.
He's the worst UFC commentator ever. Who's worse than him? Who's better? Who's worse than him? I guess. Whatever. He's horrible.
I'll take him over Dominic Cruz. There, I said it.
I don't know.
Dominic Cruz like talks over DC and Joe Rogan and thinks that everybody's there to listen to him call fights.
Well, I mean, he's better than Bisping's. Yeah. Oh, look at that right hand, and he's throwing a left kick. It's like, dude, come on. Like, we know you only got one eye, but.
Bisping's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, but I'm stoked for McGregor, Poirier finalized. Who do you? I mean, you already know who you like. We both like McGregor.
We both predicted it on the thing. We both have a second round knockout. I think it goes exactly the same as Eddie Alvarez.
It does, and
I think even if Poirier has some success, Conor is. Here's the thing: with 170, Conor doesn't have one knockout power. I still think Conor's too quick. I think at 170 or at 155, I think he's still too fast for those guys, and he's too accurate of a puncher. And I like. Unless somebody's a dominant style wrestler like a Khabib, like an Usman, but anybody that'll stand and trade with Conor is in big trouble.
Yeah.
I stand by this. Everybody talked about Masvidal would beat him because he's too big of a man. Dude, you know what? Masvidal might be able to catch him. Conor is way quicker than Jorge Masvidal. Way quicker.
Speaking of Jorge Masvidal, we're going to get off track a little bit on these fights. We had one of the most our posts that you posted in the damage plan.
Oh
group.
My gosh!
We had the most people commenting on that. What was the bar fight post?
Can you believe that?
I couldn't believe that was the one that got the legitimate. And I'm trying to pull it up because I want to do the matchups again because I need to look at that. And it was good. I mean, everybody had good points. I can see why everybody would pick their certain.
We need to get Matt Euler back on the podcast and let you two go at it because
he was dead. Hey,
that was ridiculous.
I am
you two.
Hey, it's usually you guys, and I'm the one I'm usually the one that's like plays the middle.
The
and I can
voice
see
of reason.
Yeah, but on this one, you're not getting me to budge on this one. I'm sorry, but. And I'm not taking anything away from the boxers because I think he had Tank in there. He had Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson. Look, those guys can knock everybody out, but we're talking about a bar fight, like a legit bar fight.
Okay, but if you got okay, let me
Go ahead.
Get a little bit on here.
Go ahead.
All of those, dude, I'm fighting. If I have any of those combination of those 4 people, I'm fighting anybody at a bar with those 4 people behind that have my back.
If I had to make my own team,
You're okay.
what if I had to make Masvidal's one on my list? I'm not taking anybody else before Masvidal. I'm taking the Diaz brothers next.
Okay.
And then give me Francis. Give me the Diaz brothers, Francis, and Masvidal. And I'm beating everybody.
Okay.
I'm beating everybody. I'm smashing everybody.
Yeah, but you're not taking into consideration that Connor can throw a dolly.
Here's my argument on why I think.
And then you'll have Khabib's cousins jumping in from out of nowhere, like they jumped in the cage and attacked Connor.
Go through that post and look at all the guys that picked A on that post.
Yeah, because
every one of those guys have been in a bar fight.
Eric
Munoz, Kent Mafaleo. Like, I don't even need to say anymore. Like, guys
I'm riding with whoever Kent's riding with.
If Kent and Eric are saying they're going with A, then I'm going with freaking with A. And look, I worked at a bar for 6 years, and I know how I've been in my fair share. I know how it gets down. You can throw all that boxing shit out the window because there is no ref. Like, you can't throw a punch if somebody's punching you on the side of the freaking head and choking you out and smashing a beer bottle on your head. I want the guy.
Well, Mike Tyson would be terrifying. Get out of here.
Mike Tyson would be.
Nobody's stepping to Mike Tyson.
He's a little crazy. Yeah.
Nobody's stepping to Mike Tyson.
But I want the guy. What?
I'm gonna
Who's your 4? If you had to pick 4 out of there.
Oh, let me pull up the thing.
Pull up your 4.
I'm taking the team with Francis. Was he on the A team?
He's on the A team.
Yeah, I'm taking the team with Francis because Francis is the biggest guy there, and he could just he could stick both arms out like this and start spinning in a circle and just knock out like everybody.
What about Wilder? Wilder's but the thing with Wilder.
Wilder weighs 205 pounds.
I know that was my Tank. He's too small. He's just going to get cracked from behind, and he's out. But he can punch. Don't get me wrong. Canelo, I do like Canelo, and I do like Tyson in that. If there was,
I was about to say something very controversial. I'm not afraid of Canelo Alvarez in a bar fight.
B would be probably be my second. I'm going A and B.
Oh yeah, the Diaz brothers, Yoel and John Jones. Those guys will get down.
Yeah, but I do like. I mean, C.
How about? Okay, but here's the other thing.
Too, though.
Here's the other thing.
What?
I'm not taking C.
No.
You know why? Because I feel like Izzy is trying. Like all that smooth stuff doesn't work in a bar fight.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Khabib. I mean, yeah, he could take down a maul one guy, but what happens when somebody smashes a can over his head, like a bottle over his head?
Can we do? We should do a poll and say.
But okay, if I could pick any, can I draft from the teams?
Yeah. What if you could draft and do your own?
Okay.
4?
I'm taking Francis.
Okay.
I'm taking Rumble.
Okay.
I'm taking Jorge.
Okay.
And then I'll flip a coin for which Diaz brother wants to get down with me.
I like that. I could get down with that one.
Because I'm sorry, but Rumble and Francis, if it was just those two, that's who I would.
Who would be your number 1 pick?
Francis.
Francis is your number 1 pick. I'm going.
He's terrifying. He's huge.
I'm taking the guy that's been in backyard brawls.
I feel like
his life.
Stipe would just be like, I don't have time for this.
But same kind of St. Pierre. St. Pierre, I'm not even counting on.
Yeah, GSP.
I'm not even counting St. Pierre.
Yeah, GSP. He's like the weak link. He'd be like, "Oh, guys, we could be friends."
So it looks like Marcus is taking Francis, Johnson, Tyson, and Masvidal.
Oh, there you go. You put Mike with my guys. Yeah. Forget the Diaz brothers. I'm taking Mike Tyson.
It's a close one for me.
They'd just be screaming Stockton at everybody. They wouldn't actually be doing anything.
We should do a poll on who you'd want locally in a bar fight.
Kent Mafaleo.
I want
Ben
Kent.
Moa. I want Ben Moa. I want Kent Mafaleo.
Give me Rowdy. I want Rowdy.
I want Nanad.
Yeah,
Cole Schaefer's. That guy is Cole Schaefer.
I'll take Keith. Give me Keith too. Give me Keith and Brandon. Give me Keith and Brandon out there. Those guys, all they do is fight out in Tooele.
That's right.
Marcus
Yes.
says it. Anyway, that was fun, man. I like that. That was a good post. Me and Matt,
I could not believe that took off the way it did. Could not.
Matt's sending me the picture of Mike's air punching in the ring. That doesn't do anything in the bar. There's nothing. So I sent him the video of Jorge punching freaking Leon Edwards.
Okay, real quick. If anybody doesn't watch it, my boy Brendan Schaub does this podcast called Food Truck Diaries.
Yeah.
Has Chael Sonnen on there. Okay. Chael tells the best story about Jorge Masvidal, how he was at a bar with a big watch and a big chain. Have you heard this?
No.
He's at a big watch, big gold chain, and somebody comes up and flicks his chain and said something about that being nice. And Jorge in his head took that as they were going to jump him to try and take it.
Yeah.
So what does Jorge do? Bap, knocks both those dudes out. Security comes over. He slips out. He goes into the bathroom. Okay. Hides out in the bathroom waiting for the commotion to calm down. Some dude walks in the bathroom. What does Jorge do? He goes, he could be with those guys. And he saw me come in. Boom. Knocks him out. Lays this poor guy out in the bathroom. Probably just going in there to take a piss.
Oh, man.
And Chael goes, Jorge, you can't do that. Like, that guy was probably just going in there to use the restroom, like wash his hands or something. And what does Jorge say? Couldn't take the risk.
I mean, I want that guy on my team. I want that guy on my team.
And he's dead. And Chael's like, if anybody wants to go watch that Food Truck Diary, it's hilarious. But Chael's just like, he's dead serious. He's just like, couldn't take the risk, man.
How about the story of Nick Diaz fighting with, what's his name in the hospital?
What?
Diesel. What's his name? Damn it. I forgot his name.
Who?
It was early on in the UFC days. It was
like another fighter?
Riggs. Yeah, Riggs. Diesel Riggs. What's his first name? Damn, why am I losing his name? Yeah, they were both in the hospital after their fights. Joe Riggs. There you go, Marcus. There you got Riggs. Yeah.
Oh.
He was fighting him in the hospital. They were both in the hospital bed, and Nick Diaz started talking shit and goes in there and they start fighting in the hospital. It's like, those are the guys that I want in the bar fight. Anyways, all right, enough of the bar fights. We're over here picking people for our bar fight team.
Yoel would be pretty terrifying in a bar
Yoel
fight.
would be pretty terrifying. Yeah, but I'm still riding. I still want Kent. I'm gonna drop GSP. I'm gonna put Kent in there.
Probably pretty good. just gas Joe Mama.
And apparently there was another one too. So
I know, no video.
Yeah, no video. Oh man. Anyways,
let's get to like real fighting, like not hypothetical, but
okay.
real. Okay. Shout out to the first married couple on Dana White Contender Series. Both got signed by the UFC. Both competed on the Contender Series, and
I like it.
That's freaking cool, man.
That is pretty damn cool.
That's freaking cool. I love to see
UFC 255 this weekend.
Okay, let's go through and see what we got going on here. What are we going to do another podcast like on? Well, no, it's Thursday, dude.
Yeah, it is. We can just. I mean, I didn't really break down any of these fights yet because I just got back last night. But I can go. We'll go through.
You know what? I think we should go through and make picks tomorrow after weigh-ins.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
But it's a fun card. You got both Shevchenko sisters fighting.
Both Shevchenko, which I really like, which you should jump on. I mean, I don't know if you like it, but I like Lipsky as a dog.
Yeah, so do I.
Her ground game is legit.
And Antonia got smashed in her last fight.
She has zero ground game. And
weird.
Lipsky was the one that knee barred that chick.
I know.
Like she yeah.
Buckley
and Jordan Wright will be a good fight. And Jordan Wright's.
I like Alan Jouban.
He's fighting Jared Gooden. What's the odds on that one? Did you see it?
I don't know, but I like Alan Jouban.
Buckley and Jordan Wright will be a good one.
That's a great fight. Buckley versus Jordan Wright.
It's gonna be a good fight, and the odds are, if you're looking for a good underdog, Jordan Wright might be a
good dog. Undefeated prospect. I mean, Joaquin Buckley. I mean, his highlight knockout was sick, but now people are talking like he's going to be the next big thing because he landed like a sick knockout. But like Jordan Wright's undefeated for a reason. He's no joke.
And James Krause, what did he say about?
Yeah, he told Joaquin Buckley to take a hike when he asked him to come train at his gym, and now James Krause wants to fight him too. He said,
I may throw a little sprinkle on there. Do you want me to tell you who I bet on already?
No.
All right, I won't tell you.
I'm
Fine.
just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
Fine. I took Lipsky already.
I like that.
I took
Dude, Brandon Royval is a freaking crazy good fight.
that. Yeah. Yep.
That's a number one contender fight.
Marcus just said it too. He just messaged it. That is the number one contender fight. And dude,
I like Moreno.
I like Moreno too. I mean Royval,
Slick.
He's slick. This fight, the odds are pretty. It's almost 2-1 for Moreno, which I think it should be a little bit closer.
Well, dude, I thought Moreno should have gotten the title shot over Alex Perez personally.
Yeah,
he's number 2.
Yeah,
Perez is 5. Why is Moreno not getting it? So I mean, hopefully he has a little chip on his shoulder and he proves it and he gets his shot.
Yeah, that fight's going to be fire. But if you like a good underdog, I didn't bet it, but Royval may be a good value.
That's not bad. He's not bad value. That's for sure. He definitely has a chance, but I just don't see it.
My other bet that I locked in already, which the odds are going up extremely high on both of these, is the over on the Shevchenko fight and the main event, the Perez Figueiredo.
I forgot to tell you, I don't like the over in the Shevchenko fight.
I do. Maya's big. She's big. She's tough, dude. This is one of those ones that everybody thinks. I think it's going to be a closer fight than what people are anticipating.
You know what this is to me?
What?
This is, how we try and talk ourselves into, she has a chance against Amanda Nunes, or they got a chance. Like they're going to make this, like they could do some things, whatever. Valentina Shevchenko is pound for pound the best fighter in the world right now in my book. And it's not even close. And Jennifer Maia, that's great. And it's cute. And it's a fun story. And I think she's going to be laid out unconscious at some point in this fight. And it could be in the first round.
Well, as long as it's in the third, I don't think so. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I like it. And Vegas likes it to go.
Let's see. Where's the video of her just putting Jessica like where she about took off her face with that kick? I mean, that's all you had to say. And that's what everybody, and dude, Jessica she was on fire. She was big. She was the bigger girl. She was supposed to be stronger, all this and that. And dude, we talked about it. There's levels to this game, and nobody's even on the 2 levels below Valentina. How big of a favorite is she? How big of a favorite?
Minus 1,700.
Yeah, that's about right.
They're saying it's going to go 2.5 rounds.
I'm not saying that.
I already took it. I'm on.
Hey, you know what?
I'm winning it.
I'm cheering for you, my friend. Shogun Rua versus Paul Craig. Finally get to see that rematch. Right? That's a rematch.
Is that a rematch? Yeah, I think it is. I think you are right, sir.
I usually am, but I am not always.
Is Shogun?
They had a draw.
Yeah,
they had a split. They had a majority draw, and so that'll be good. And I think Paul Craig wins.
Tim Means Mike Perry. I'm liking the dog in this one too. I kind of like Tim Means, man.
Mike Perry's such a train wreck. Do you think he's really 25 pounds overweight? Or was? Let's see. We're a day before weigh-ins. He better not be now, but
Marcus, just give it to halfway through the third round, and then she can floor.
No way, dude. I think you're crazy to bet on that because Valentina's good enough that she could start you in the first round.
Yeah,
she's she's like the one besides Amanda Nunes that like has that one-hit knockout power for the women. She has that showstopper, and in her kicks too. It's like good.
No, she's legit. Yeah, but I'm liking Tim Means over Mike Perry too. Mike Perry.
She starts as Valentina, and then Cejudo comes back, and they have the first intergender title fight, and she makes Henry bend the knee.
Yeah, I think Means gets it done. Decision.
Dude, Tim Means is a veteran in this sport. If Mike Perry is at his best, I think he wins that fight. But the question was with Mike Perry is what state is he in? And it's very, very hard to feel confident that he's in that state with just how he's crazy.
Yeah,
He's crazy.
He's got too much going on right now. I don't even think who's he training with? Like,
he bounces around.
Yeah, if you're a betting guy, I think
I'm
definitely means.
Very disappointed in Mike Perry in one aspect, though.
What's that?
Not honoring his offer for the highest paid person to come corner him, and Darren Till was the highest paying, and he's not letting him come corner him.
Should have let him. Should have let him.
Did you see Darren Till's tweet? He wanted to fight him in the back after.
I love Darren Till, man.
So
I love it. He's doing a good job to talk about somebody that's building up his name and building up his reputation. He's one of those guys he's doing it right. Who do you like in the main event?
Man, I love Alex Perez. I think he is a great fighter. But I still think he is the third best flyweight on this card behind Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah, Davison, I think he's just too powerful. I think he just hits too hard. He's a
135er that can make 125. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He very similar to when Connor was making 145. He's just bigger and stronger, and he's not slow. So it's not the smaller, lighter guys can't like kill him with speed. Like,
yeah,
I think Benavidez thought that he had a big speed advantage. Nope. I mean, he's a little bit older. We skipped right over Chukakian and Cynthia Calvillo. That's okay. But we're going to do some homework and we'll do some picks tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do some. Yeah.
But no, I think I will say this. I think it's a little disrespectful that Valentina Shevchenko is not the main event.
I do too. I
mean, I don't like that.
Why do you think that is? Just not
because it's a men's title over a women's title?
Yeah, that's a little
I don't like that. Valentina is the reigning defending champ. She's been it for a long time. And let's be honest, like Davison Figueiredo and Alex Perez don't exactly move the needle. Why are they giving them make them the co-main? This is Figueiredo's first title defense. That guy didn't even make weight 2 fights ago.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think you should let Valentina, the best pound for pound fighter in the world, be the main event.
I think so too, but
kind of pissed at the other female goat, Amanda Nunes. Don't know why she pulled out, but I really wanted to see that fight.
Because she just had a baby. She probably wasn't even training.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, good for her. I mean, if that's the case, that's fine. But I like Megan Anderson.
I do too.
I think Megan Anderson's going to give her a little bit of a fight until Amanda gets to the ground, and then it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I like your thinking too, Marcus. I like it. Give her Nunes.
No, I see. Okay, Nunes, but I don't like the Zhang thing yet because I want to see Rose and Weili before Weili goes up.
Yes, please.
That needs to happen, I think. And I wouldn't mind seeing Weili and JJ again too.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'd like to see that.
That still is. That is not going anywhere. It's one of the top fights in the UFC history. I mean, the odds that we get something that good again are pretty slim, but I'd like to see them try.
Sign me up.
I don't know. Has anybody seen JJ's head yet? Is it swollen back down so it doesn't look like an alien scrolling on it?
It's swollen back down, yeah.
That's good.
Dude, next weekend we got a fire card though too.
Do we?
Curtis Blades and Derek Lewis.
Oof.
Anthony Smith, Devin Clark, Rafael Faiz, Renato Moicano. Yeah, that's a good card next week. Miguel Baez, Takashi Sato.
I'm yawning.
Yeah.
That doesn't do it for me. I'm sure it'll be fun, but I'm just going to predict it right now. Curtis Blades takes down Derek Lewis and beats him up on the ground.
You're right. He does.
It's going to look just like that DC fight.
He does. Yeah, it's going to look
just like that DC fight. It's not even, like, it's like Derek Lewis, like,
I'm going to be cheering for Derek Lewis because I want that post-fight interview.
Dude, it is incredible that Derek Lewis has gotten as far as he has on just his power and athleticism.
Yeah.
He is not like a full-on mixed martial artist.
No, but
he doesn't pretend to be either.
No, he's just big and strong.
He did get his blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so props there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
for him.
he said he's the best blue belt in jiu-jitsu in Texas or something like that.
Man.
He said something crazy like that.
Love it.
But Curtis Blades is elite MMA wrestling, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think this card this weekend is really fun. Like, it's full of people that I enjoy watching to fight.
Oh, it's going to be a great card.
Jared Flash Gordon, Alan Joban, Lipsky she's slick. Dalby and Rodriguez is going to be a banger at one.
That will be a good one.
Banging card. Obviously, Buckley's got a lot of hype around it. Brennan Moreno, Royval, 2 young stars coming up. I mean, this card really does. It doesn't for a UFC pay-per-view. It doesn't have the big name headline highlight like superstar power for me, but it's got two I think what'll be fun title fights.
We're going to see. I think the whole card's going to be great. I think we're going to see another solid card.
Yeah.
So we'll jump back on tomorrow after weigh-ins and
yeah.
All right, we'll jump back on tomorrow after weigh-ins. Give our predictions. We wake up.
We're gonna build a DraftKings lineup.
Is that what we're gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm not on DraftKings. I
made money last week.
Did you? You were in the money?
I made money. I did a little $15 entry and cashed in $25. Boom. So made a little money on my DraftKings last week.
Nice.
Doing these picks. Because the only fight I got wrong on my DraftKings was Felder, but he still scored a decent amount of points in a 5-round fight. And if he would have won, I would have made bank. Couple hundred.
All right, we'll get out of here. We'll holler at you guys tomorrow after the weigh-ins, give you guys our picks.
Well, and as soon as some fights get announced and scheduled, we will have some more fighter spotlights. Any fighters that are, looking to come on the podcast that would like to talk about anything MMA related, you guys – open invitation, reach out to Jason or I. Secondly, fighters that are coming up, if you guys need t-shirts, hoodies, banners, hats, beanies, whatever, Jason and I have some Damage Plan is ready to support you guys and give you something to let your fans rep for you while you guys are preparing for your fights, and put a little, we're going to make it set up so that, you can put a little money in your pocket on top of your ticket sales. I'm not gonna say what, but I did pretty well selling those hoodies and t-shirts. I appreciate everybody's support that bought from me. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to fight for it, but that support does, lessen the blow of not being able to compete. But guys, we are here for the fighters. That's what we started the podcast for. We do these breakdowns because we enjoy it, and we hope you guys do too. But we are here for you guys. So if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, you need help getting some sponsors, we'd love to give you some, any support or direction or guidance we can on that. We're happy to do it. We are always happy to give you guys a little bit of a deal on shirts and hoodies and your apparel so that you can sell them and make a little bit of money too. That was good. Did you practice that? I didn't. That was good. That was smooth. I'm on it today. I like it. I was like, man, wait a minute. Like, whoa. Reach out to us, guys. If you guys have questions, please reach out. This is what we're here for. This is what we're doing this for. So that's right it. Right on. See you guys tomorrow. We out.